Now, before we go and create some messages in Aweber, I'd like to quickly draw your attention to something, that there are two different types of messages that we can create. And I'd like to quickly explain the difference between the two, and then we'll go and look at the difference, and then we'll actually go and create some messages. So all will become clear as we progress through this video. Now, the two types of messages that we can create at Aweber are as follows. The first is called an HTML message, and the second is called a plain text message. What does this mean? What's the difference between two types of messages? What does that mean exactly? Well, let me tell you. If you create an HTML message, that means that the message that you've created, you can have lots of stuff in it to make it look really nice. You can have images, you can change the color, you can change the size of your font, you can change the type of your font, you can create hyperlinks. A hyperlink is when you see some wording that might say something like click here, and you can actually click on the words that say click here. You can do all this sort of stuff. You can make your messages just look nicer to your recipient's eye using HTML messages. A plain text message, on the other hand, is the opposite. It is simply a message just with plain text. You can't add anything to it. It's quite dull. It's quite boring. Now, why are there two types of messages? I'll tell you why. Because some people's email clients will not allow HTML messages. They just won't. So what we do in Aweber is every time we send a message, we create two messages. Now, the actual content will be identical, so the actual wording will be the same, but one version will be an HTML message and one version will be a plain text. So depending on the email client of the person that's going to be receiving your email, if they can't accept HTML, they will automatically be sent a plain text message. But if they can, then HTML will be the message that they will receive. What I thought might be helpful for you is if I quickly show you an example of both an HTML and a plain text message. So let's go to my email client right now. Okay, so here I am in my Outlook inbox. Let me show you quickly a plain text email. So this is from a friend of mine called Brian, and this is just a message that he sent me today, and this is plain text. So there's no images or different colors or size of font or anything. Here's an example of an HTML email that I received today. Look, you see there's kind of a logo and there's different size font, and the word here I can click on and it will take me somewhere. So that's the difference between HTML and plain text. We can create both at Aweber. So let's go to Aweber right now. And here we are back at Aweber. Now, to create a message, all you have to do is click on the message tab up here. We want to click on the link that says follow up. So let's click on that. Now, a follow-up is a name given to a certain sort of message. A follow-up means after somebody signs up to your list, what messages do you want to follow up to them with? And you can create as many follow-up messages as you like, and as time progresses you will find yourself creating 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different sorts of follow-up messages, some of them having an affiliate link in them to a product that you are promoting. Now, this is the first time in this list that we are creating any messages, so at the moment there are no messages here. After time you'll see that in this space here all your messages will be listed. So let's create a first message. Let's click on this add new follow-up green button here. Now, all I really want to do in this message is just go through some basics of creating a message and showing you the difference between HTML and plain text. If I scroll down this page, for example, you can see here there's a big space for your HTML message, and a bit further down below it is a big space for plain text. Now, this is what I tend to do. I tend to start with a plain text version, and I'll show you why in a second. So for now, we're just going to have a quick play around. I just want you to understand the difference between plain and HTML, and then we'll come back and we'll actually change this message. But there's a few things that you need to know. Firstly, if I want to add somebody's name, we can personalize our messages. So let me type in hello, and then over here on the right hand side there's this personalize link. Clicking on that, we get a little window that opens here that gives us various options of some code to add to our message. Now, I'm not going to go through what each of these mean, but, oops, just accidentally got rid of it, but there's only one that we really need to worry about, and it's this one here. See this one here that says open squirrely bracket, exclamation point, first name underscore fix, close squirrely bracket. If we click on that, oh, I accidentally hit one before then, let me just delete that. There we go. Then it will appear in our message. Here it is, first name underscore fix. What this means is whenever this code is used in a message, the person that signed up to your list, they will have given us their name, won't they? This means that their name will be inserted where this code is, but the fix bit means that if they happen to type in their name with a lowercase first letter, so let's say their name is Chris, but they spelled it C-H-R-I-S with a lowercase c at the beginning, this will automatically fix that and give it a capital C, give it an uppercase C, so grammatically it looks correct. It's very clever, isn't it? So, hello name, and let's put a comma, and let's just put this is a message. And then I'm going to put click here. You'll see exactly what I'm doing in a second. So imagine this is my first message. Obviously it's very dull. I'm now just going to copy this, and I want to show you an HTML version of the same message. So I'm now going to paste exactly the same message in there. Now the great thing about HTML is we can change many things. Firstly, the font. Let's click and drag over this and change the font. A font that I always love to use is Georgia. Just think it looks really nice on the eye. So there we go. I've now changed it to Georgia. Just looks a little bit better. Plus, we can make click here clickable. So this is how I do that. I click over this wording. This little icon up here, this link and this globe, if we click on that, another window will appear, and it will now ask us down here where we want to send someone. So when we're using affiliate links, we will put our affiliate link in here. In fact, let's do that just for the sake of this video. Let me grab an affiliate link. Here we go. This is for our cartoon product. That's fine. So I'm now going to paste my affiliate link in here. I'm going to ask this to be opened in a new window, because I like it when you click on something and whatever you've clicked on opens in a new window, so you can always close that window and you're back to where you were without losing that page. And at the top here, link text. So let's write something like please click here. That would be fine. So that the text that will become clickable will read please click here, and it will link via your affiliate link to wherever we are sending somebody. That's good. Let's click insert. Now I can bold this as well. There we go. So the reason I'm wanting to show you the difference between HTML and plain is as follows. Look, if we scroll down to the plain text, look, you see it's just a boring message. Up here, it's looking a little bit more fun, isn't it? And we can kind of click and drag, and we can highlight. I often like to use highlighters a few times in messages because that helps bring your message out a little bit more. Something else I should mention is, back to the plain text message, you couldn't actually have the word click here because you can't have a hyperlink, as it's known, in plain text. You simply would have to put in the actual link itself. That's why in some messages you actually see links like this, the whole http : / the whole link. That's because it's in a plain text message, that's the only way it can appear. But in an HTML message we can actually make it look a bit nicer and what's known as cloak it, so we don't actually see the raw affiliate link itself. So I just wanted you to understand the difference between HTML and plain. Another great thing about Aweber is in HTML messages you can actually use templates over here on the right hand side. There's loads of templates you can choose from. Let's just click on one of them. Let's just scroll down. Let's see. This is called Be Mine. Okay, so let's load this template, and that's fine. I'm just going to overwrite what was originally in there. And now look at this. Imagine you have a message that's coinciding with Valentine's Day. You have a template, and you can write your text here, and of course you can put your affiliate link to whatever Valentine's Day-esque product it is you are promoting. Again, once we kind of really get our head around affiliate marketing, there's so much we can do. So that's the difference between HTML and a plain text message. Now, what we will do in a few moments' time is we will redo this message, and we will actually include in our first message that we send out to our prospect the link to the side door offer. So We'll do that in the next video. I just wanted you to see the difference between HTML and plain messages. So what do I do now? Well, what I'd like you to do is go to Aweber and have a play around creating a plain text message and also creating an HTML message. When you've done that, experiment with the personalization aspect as well and create a message and send it to yourself. We're just playing around. We're just trying to familiarize ourselves with Aweber. What we are about to do right now, you and I, is actually create our first message for real, if you like, that will include our link to our side door offer. So let's do that in the next video.